Okay.
Yeah, well, you said I had to hold it like
I
this.
think that's it. It's right there. See?
Right there? Okay.
Oh, Jim's here.
Oh,
Right
there
he
we
is.
go. Hey, guys, this is Jim, and that's Warren, and you're watching Talking Vintage, coming to you from Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot, located at 502 West Brennan Road, Lakeland, Florida, 33813.
Right down the street from Sonny's Barbecue.
Yeah,
right?
Sonny's is on the corner of South Florida and Brennan Road, the south side Sonny's. Two Sonny's in Lakeland. We are, Brennan Road's on the south side, Sonny's, closest to Mulberry, if you're familiar with Lakeland. If you've never been here before, you need to come in and check it out. We're a vintage and more shop. We've got tons of stuff in here. It's really cool stuff. So that's the reason we do the show, to let you know about the shop and also to talk about vintage stuff.
That's right. When we've got
Vintage,
stuff,
antique,
yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So welcome to the show. And yeah, I'm Jim, that's Warren. And you're watching Talking Vintage. Shop events, we've got a bunch of stuff happening this month. We're not going to spend a lot of time talking about that. You can go to the Facebook page, which you're watching this video from, hopefully, and you can see the events that we have going on. We got a lot of going on, and we will do little videos during the month prior to each event. So not only will you'll see us in commercials or him in commercial with one of his characters or whatever. And then, I'll just do little video snippets to remind you of what's going on. So Facebook's the place to find out what's happening at Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot. Usually we talk about new stuff, but we got so much going on right now. Just check out Facebook as a whole for all that kind of stuff. All right, we're going to talk about something this morning. We're going to talk about appraisals.
Ooh.
Yes,
We've never
appraisals.
talked about appraisals, have we?
No, we haven't. You know, a lot of people, when they have valuable antiques and collectibles, they turn to an appraiser to get a value on those items. And it's a great way to go, but if you're going to get an appraisal in order to resell your items or to sell your items, it's probably not the best thing to do. Now, let me explain that.
Please,
so
please.
you turn to an appraiser and you say, hey, I've got this beautiful antique hutch. And the appraiser comes in and he gives you a value. When he gives you the value, he's not only giving you the value as is, as it sits, but he's giving you almost the best case scenario. You know, the value of the piece. Now, the value of the piece doesn't mean that's what you're going to sell it for. And that's where people get so confused. They'll call the shop and they'll say, do you buy antiques or different items? And we say, yes, of course we do. That's how we get them to sell them. So they'll call in and they'll have a piece and they've had it appraised, and that's great. And it's worth, let's just say for fun, it's worth $100. The piece is worth $100. Well, number one, if it's worth $100, we can't pay $100 for it and then make any money. We can't pay $90 for it and make any money. You know, we're going to be about, for the most part, between a third and a half of value. Okay, well, you've got that appraisal at $100. Okay, that's the appraised value of it. If the item doesn't sell readily, then the value may be less than that. We might decide the value is at $75, and then, you know, we're going to give you half of that. And so now you're getting, you know, you're back to your appraised value of 100, and we're telling you half of 75, which is what, $37.50?
Yep.
And you're like, that's not even half. And, you know, it is half. It's half of what we perceive the value is, not the appraised value. Appraised value is in a perfect world selling. Perfect world selling. So just appraisals are great. They're great for insurance companies because they want a licensed appraiser appraise your items, because if something happens to them and you have replacement costs, they're going to replace it for that particular value. So that's where an appraisal comes in. But if you're looking to sell the piece, you're almost wasting your money, because you got to pay the appraiser for the most part to come in and value your item, and then you're not going to get that value from it. That's the absolute best you're going to see. And, you know, depending on where you live, unless you live in a major metropolis, you're not going to get that value.
The dollars you think of that. That's the problem.
That's the problem.
You get stuck on
appraisals are great. Don't let me knock them. You know, I'm a licensed appraiser, and it's great. It's what it is. It's giving you the value of the piece as it sits, you know, that particular day. But what I appraise a piece at doesn't mean it's not what I think the market value is, basically. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So if you want to know the market value, then you don't need an appraisal. You need somebody to tell you the market value, and then understanding the market value, you've got to figure out what you can live with. You know what you want for that
The
particular
way you
piece.
want to maximize
Yeah,
your
and just
money.
not to get too far into it, but you know, he and I here, we do this, as fun, but we do it to make money too. I mean, we can't just spend every day here not making any money. So when we buy a piece, I tend to be on the lighter side. I will go a third when I purchase something. So if I think the piece is worth $90, then I'm only going to give $30 for it, and I'll explain really quick why, because even if once I buy the piece, if I think I can get $90 for it, as soon as I buy the piece, I've lost 30% because I paid $30 for it, and then I have to pay rent, and the shop takes money, and so that takes up another 30, and so I figure it's about even at 30. 30 to 35% is about even. You make a third, I make a third, and a third gets lost to whoever, the shop or rent or whatever like that. A lot of vendors do halves where, again, if it's $100, they're going to give you 50 for it. And then, but at the end of the day, you've made 50. You've walked out with your money in hand right then and there. They have to wait over time too to get their 50 back, and they pay rent or whatever. So they're on the less end. Out of that 50, I would say they probably only get maybe 25.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
maybe a fourth of it. Yeah, maybe it just depends. It's just there you go. Appraisals are great for insurance companies, but not if you want to sell something. If you want to sell something, find somebody who can give you true market value for it, then and there. And the market you're in too. Look at that, man. It's
We've
almost.
already-
Oh man, we're just, we talk about one little thing here. We got to speed up. Hot or not? You ready? This is the
I'm
speed
ready.
one.
Speed one.
You can't say anything. All you can say is yes or no. Glass, hot or not?
Yes.
Very good. Toys, hot or not?
Yes.
No.
No.
They're seasonal.
That's-
Right now, they're
yeah,
not.
Yeah.
Okay. Collectibles, hot or not?
Yes.
Very good. Good job. Furniture, hot or not?
Oh, really hot.
Yeah, well, we talked about that last week, so
Really
he
hot.
got that one. Hey, you did pretty good. You got 3 out of 4.
That's 75%.
Give it a pound.
right?
You're doing good. He's doing good. Yeah, he's getting better.
I am getting
He's
better.
getting better in his old age. He's aging like a fine wine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
there you
that.
go.
You like that, Ruth Ann?
Yeah,
Did I
yeah.
say that?
No old jokes, because I'm
No.
old too. So, all right, vendor corner. He wrote some stuff down. We're going to
Oh,
go a
hurry
few
up
minutes
and do
over
one?
today.
Okay.
Let's do
Okay.
1 or 2
Okay.
in here.
Space in your booth. Should you have a big booth or a small booth?
Okay, here it is. It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. Okay, if you have 100 items and you sell 10 a month, and the space allows you to have 200 items by getting a bigger space, then you sell 20 things a month. So it's just a numbers game. So the vendors who make the most money in the shop currently in Decades Reclaim have the most space. There you go. Okay, give me another one.
One more. Appearance of the shop or of the vendor. Should we have tying a suit
Yeah,
coat
we
on or
should look
something?
good.
I think we look. I mean, really,
I look
do we
good.
look pretty good?
I could shave, maybe. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
But we talked about this one day when we were at breakfast. Appearance is great. Yeah, you want to look the part. I should have my Decades t-shirt on, but I have this bright green, yellow shirt on, and people recognize me as an employee because I'm wearing this. I think we talked about this. Your personality makes up for a lot.
It does.
So I get away with my ugly face because I have a decent personality.
I mean, I've got a charming personality.
Yeah, and you got a cute little face. Yeah. Okay, so there you go. You got another one we can do real quick?
Cute little face. I can't get over that. Okay, cute little face. All right. One more I found. Shelving. Should you have shelving like bookcases? Does that make a difference? Or
Oh,
metal
yeah. I
shelving?
mean, the more shelves you have in your booth, if you have smalls, the more smalls you can have.
Should it be like wooden bookcases?
Oh, it
That's
doesn't
better
matter.
Versus
Doesn't
metal
matter.
shelving?
Just
Doesn't
yeah,
matter?
present it well on any kind of shelving. You're good.
Okay.
You're good. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. Last week we did
Whoa.
we did a game. This week we're gonna do a game. This is gonna be our 5 for 5 game. You got to tag 5 people in the comments below. You have to be on the Decades page. If you're watching this video from a share from somebody else, go to the Decades page, and then in the comments on this video, video number 13, comment 5 people. Put 5 people in the comments, tag them in the comments, and then share the video yourself. You get $5 Decades to spend here at the shop. We'll give you 5 days to come in and pick them up, and then 10 days to spend them. So you
yeah.
got like 2 weeks or whatever. So that's it. That's
good.
it for Talking Vintage.
Yeah,
Sorry, we went over a
10
little bit
minutes.
today. We try to stay underneath that. See ya.
Oh,
Bye.
bye. See you
Have
later.
a
See you
great
guys.
day.